everyone. So I'll be talking about cover letters. The publication of your research in an international journal would definitely worth those sacrifices and efforts and much more if your study will be published in ISI Journals. ISI stands for Institute of Scientific Information. And this means that research studies found in ISI journals, if you have your papers published in one of these ISI index journals, that means that you have a highly credible research paper. However, prior to publication, one of the requirements of some journals is for authors to create a cover letter. What is really the purpose of the cover letter? The idea is actually similar to a cover letter alongside a resume job applications. However, the contents are different. Such as this is an example of a resume, and what you'll be stating in your cover letter for the job application will be about yourself. But in a cover letter for a journal, your research study is the one seemingly applying for the journal. And what is the value of cover letters? Well, generally, cover letters help editors in judging the appropriateness of your manuscript for their journals. So, what are the details that should make up your cover letter? First is the title of your research study or manuscript. You have to determine beforehand the name of the journal you are applying for and find out the purpose or aims of that journal to match your interest with that research interest. Then, you need to list all the names of the authors in the study with respective affiliations. That's very important if you don't want other authors to sue you for plagiarism and sole ownership, if many of you working in the research paper. Next, you should be able to include a brief statement of the problems or objectives addressed in your study. So how long should this be? You may write less than 50 words, but a few journals have rules on the length of the statements, and that if they have templates, then you can actually use that one. But so far, they don't actually have templates. Only a very few of the journals do. So you might have to consider this video as significant for your journey and for publication. 4. You have to include a brief description of the approach or the methodology you've had taken to answer your objectives. And as a tip, you have to state or emphasize the originality of your approach so as to capture the attention of the editor of the journal. Next, do not forget to include the contributions of your paper to readership and its potential benefit or impact to the international community. Again, you have to properly scrutinize first and foremost the goals of the journal if you don't want your paper to end up in the recycle bin exactly as the same way with the thousands of rejected research papers. Your cover letter should make an impression to editors if you want your study to push through for the blind peer review. Although your cover letter won't lessen your chances for publication, but editors will read it to know if your study matches with their interest in the first place. So they will decide based on your cover letter. And as an option, you may also nominate editors or reviewers who can examine the review or review your research according to expertise. And as a tip, you have to ensure that whoever you are nominating in your list as a peer reviewer has no conflict of interest in your papers and that they should not be working with the same organization you are currently working for. So those are just some of the essentials of a cover letter for a journal. And some journals would ask of your publication, so you may also include that in your cover letter, especially those that are similar to your current research undergoing for a review. Last but not the least, it is proper that although this slide, you may write this one in the introductory portion of your cover letter, but you shouldn't forget to state that your paper is an original submission and has not been published before nor simultaneously under review in other publication journals. So you're on your way for a great cover letter, and here's a thumbs up for that cover letter, and I hope that you enjoy writing it. So congratulations! And if you want to see a sample of the cover letter I created, it can be found in another video, so please subscribe, my darlings.